Been trying to go live for a minute. From live guys, let me know. I'm having a lot of interference. I don't know why, but having a lot of interference. Let's see. All right. Guessing I'm live. All right. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up, fam? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So, summer solstice. Here we are. Here we are. This is an amazing point that we've been waiting to get to. And now that we're here, we're finally able to start transitioning into the collective consciousness that we wanted to be. And now that we can be that, we can see it, we can achieve it. So that's the beautiful thing about where we're at right now. But um, um, right now, the masculine are in a revolution. We're in a revolution. Uh, we're in a revolution, right? And this revolution is putting us into the forefront of this fight of consciousness, this fight for consciousness. My apologies, but this fight for consciousness, it's putting us in the moment where now we get to be what we were called to be. We get to walk as the chosen ones with that chosen energy because we've anchored it in and we've perfected it so much. And um, right now we are being gathered into soul groups. And some of these soul groups are old. Some of us will go back into our original soul groups, but some of us are ascending into new soul groups. So this energy is allowing for those who have done the work to ascend. So we're meeting new people. We are being bonded, not attached, not attached. Remember, an attachment is something you want to detach from, right? You want to get rid of it. But we are being bonded in love and in union, holy union, whole union, whole union. We're being bonded in union with new soul groups. And this is due to ascension, and this is due to outgrowing, the old energies that you were part of. But not saying you're changing monadic groups, but the actual group that you are ascending with, some of you have graduated and you're going forward now into that. Um, but these new ascension groups, they're here for a purpose. They're here to be doing work. They're ready to roll. So that's the beautiful thing about it, because to me, we're in one of the most important energetic times, and that is from the summer solstice to the Syrian gateway, which really gets truly active in between the fourth and the seventh. And that brings liberation and freedom, and it brings all of these spiritual sun codes into us, where we are preparing for the lion's gate. We're preparing to bring in that burst of spiritual energy through the green heart chakra energy, right, through the Leo, through the lion. So these are potent times. They call them the dog days of summer because of Syrian, right, the dog star, right. So we are now collectively realizing this, and we are now collectively looking to join this wavelength of ascension, this frequency. Because before, some of us were ascending based on what we can get from the matrix, from the material world, the temporal things. We were judging our ascension based on that. Now our ascension is based on our frequency, what we actually have achieved. Which brings me to the last update. We were talking about hitting the save point, like playing the video game. You hit your save point because you don't, go back past that point now. So now you will start creating from that save point, from that moment that you started to identify with this new energy coming in, this new version of you, the new earth you. When you start to identify with that, that was your moment when you were starting to break the womb, break the water, to come into birth, to be reborn, I should say, to go through the process of rebirth. So now that you are in that, and it's a process, it don't happen overnight. You're not just born and then, or start the process and then you're just born. No, you have to go through certain cycles, right? But we are in those cycles. And the masculine collective, gosh, it's been so long I've been seeing this. We've been, whew, the masculine collective has been really beat down, really, really beat down. When you think about it over a whole body of work that the invaders of this realm have done. When you look at that whole body of work and how they have taken the masculine and they have caused that masculine to suffer. A lot of us have been confused in our core, like who we are, what we're here to do, how we're supposed to do it. We've been experiencing these things over lifetimes. It's like, for example, to be in a past life, let's say as a slave, and to have your wife taken or your wife abused, and you can do nothing about it except for to lose your life. That leaves a soul scar. You know what I mean? So we are now at the point where those soul scars can now be healed, be left behind, because we have done so much work, so much ancestral work, so much inner shadow work. And now the divine masculine is going to experience that momentous homecoming, that collective awakening, to say that you are needed, you are wanted, you are desired, and not just in a sexual way, because there are a lot of masculines that feel like they're only desired for what they can give and what they can do, not who they truly are. So this is very important that now we're able to receive the codes we needed to move forward, because this is our realm. Like, this is our home. Your body or your temple is where your soul lives, but your body belongs here to Mama Earth, right? When you are able to anchor in your true divinity as a masculine, when these source codes, these father source codes, these cosmological source codes start integrating themselves into your body, you are going to be able to now stand in the confidence and the gnosis of self, which means you now roll with power. You have authority in your voice, authority in your visions. Everything changes. And we are now pulling that in. It's emitting out. It's bursting through the soul right now, through the sun, right? Look at, love this. You can't make this up, y'all. You can't make this up. What just happened? Solar blast. Boom, solar storm. Knocked out power in the USA and in Canada. Knocked it out in my area where I'm at. We've been going through a whole bunch of stuff, trying to get power back on, right? That is the power that is coming out of the sun and directed towards you, that you are anchoring in. You are like a nuclear bomb. You have so much power within you. No wonder they turn your codes off. No wonder, because they have to, because of who you are and what you're anchoring in. So I'm telling you, this is where we are at now. We are remembering who we are. We are remembering that community is better than being alone. We are now looking for those groups, or we're being led to those groups, to those people, divine connections. That's what I'm hearing. divine connections. You are now being led to pure divine connections. And these divine connections are here to bring you to the next level of ascension, to bring you into the soul group, sort of. So start preparing for those. Start preparing for new divine connections, right? Now, what else? Yeah, the masculine revolution. I touched on that. Man, I gotta start taking notes. I gotta start writing my stuff down because I'll be trying to just go off of here with it. I gotta start writing stuff down, get a little bit more organized. But I talked about the masculine revolution, that we're in this revolution, and we are healing our mother wound. We are now. That's where I wanted to go, man. We are now healing our mother wound. So as a collective, we are now pulling in the cosmic mother frequency, the divine mother frequency, that is allowing us to recreate ourselves. When her energy comes in, we can take that energy, use it to recreate ourselves, to be reborn again. And that's what we have been doing for so long. But now that the divine masculine is coming back into being, we're having to deal with mama again, with divine feminine energy, because we're about to raise this energy. It is going to go from the bottom to the top. You know, it started at the bottom, now you, right? But this, before we kind of go a little bit further though, the divine mother, right? The divine mother has kind of been so influential in my life. I've felt her presence. I can't even tell you how long. Even I know before I even knew, I was feeling his energy. Before I even knew it, I was feeling it, right? I was receiving it. But the masculines receive such a powerful wound from their mothers. It's not even funny. Most of what we call masculine behavior is actually masculines mimicking the toxic femininity that they have been shown. Say that again. Most of the behavior that we deem as masculine behavior is actually masculines mirroring the toxic femininity they have been shown. So most men don't understand they got a feminine energy within them. And the controllers have done their best to mix and match this energy, to get us confused as a whole, as a world populace, period. But within us is the Kundalini energy, right? The life force energy, the two snakes, the masculine and the feminine. And they rise together in power and they meet up at the top. And learn this personally. Makes a heart, makes a heart, makes a heart. So when this energy comes up and it meets, it creates the divine union within. Well, this is the same divine union without, right? They have mixed and matched this energy, the feminine with the masculine, and made you think one was the other. And they've done this on purpose because they can't just let you find your light body. They can't let you just find the where to plug in your plug, you know, because you have to be able to plug into your energy to be able to ascend. So they can't let you do that. So they confuse you over and over and over again. So I digress a little bit, but I had to kind of get that out there, right? So this wound, when it happens in women, yeah, let me go there first. And the only reason why I'm going there first is because masculines take on this role from women. So we are raised by women and we mirror women. All right. Now, it kind of manifests itself for women. It manifests itself in worthlessness. You feel worthy. You don't feel worthy because mom was not able to validate you as a woman. And a lot of women end up fighting with their mothers over this. Like you need to validate me that I am grown or I'm able to make these decisions for myself. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about because the feminine collective as well as the masculine collective struggle with this. It's just more prominent in one, right? But they also tend to start now having problems forming relationships with other women. So this is where you'll hear a lot of women say, "Oh, I don't roll with other, women like that. I don't roll with other chicks like that." They have a mother wound that has not been healed, and they're going to find it hard to assimilate with other women and flow like them. They're always going to feel outside of the loop. Well, think about these women who mistrust other women and who learn in our society to have a mistrust for men raising a child or raising a son, a boy. How do you think that boy's going to act? Who is he going to look for? Who do you think he want to be connected with? And even that, when they have children, what will be acceptable behavior? So this mother wound goes deep. Now, for men, speaking from self experience, because I had a deep, deep mother wound. Right, y'all remember my story. Grew up in foster care. Was physically abused by my mother for so many years, and then went into foster care for 14 years, and kind of went through all of that. A whole bunch of stuff happened with that. But make a long story short, I know what a mother wound is. Right now, this has such an impact on the masculine life because he's always looking for mama in his girlfriend or his wife. And this is why you hear women say things like, "I ain't your mama." where men expect women to be their mama. And they're like, I ain't your mama. Man, go in there and wash your clothes, cook you some food. But it's a thing of not, and not that a feminine can't take care of her masculine like that. I'm just saying a lot of masculines expect it instead of honoring her choice to do it. So um men who have experienced this wound, though, they're going to be closed off. They're going to be closed off to deep intimate connections because they can't see that um they have chosen a woman that sort of mirrors their mama's behavior, or at least mirrors it back to them where they can see it and now heal it, right? But he's not going to be able to form that connection with her. So he's going to feel disconnected from others. When he feels disconnected, he doesn't feel a part of the community. Now he feels like a lone wolf. And every man ain't made to be a lone wolf. Everybody ain't the big dog like that. Some of us are made to run in packs. So it affected our society. This mother wound, I've seen as the core of why our society has kind of fallen so fast. So it's important to know that the mother wound, it's not a life sentence. Like, you can get rid of it. Both men and women can overcome this. It just takes work. But one way to start healing this world from this is just acknowledge it. To just simply say, man, mama, you hurt me when you said this and when you did this. When you spoke to me in that way in front of my boyfriend 15 years ago, that hurt. Or mom, you neglected to hug me enough. So therefore I went out in the world looking for hugs from all kind of other women and ended up with different kids by different women. It's all kind of root causes. But accept it, because the divine mother is coming in to heal all of your wounds. And I'll show you the way it was shown to me. You're being coddled and you're sitting there, and mama got you, and she's literally nursing you and telling you it's okay. It's okay. And that energy has a profound way of healing you, of bringing you to a grounded state of being where everything you do now, you feel anchored and you don't feel um what's the right word? You don't feel floaty. You don't feel um I don't know how the best way to explain it, but you just feel really anchored and grounded. Let's just put it that way. You feel really anchored and grounded, right? When this comes in. But um now that we are able to get this energy in where we're able to say, I can now deal with this mother wound. And we are receiving a cosmological father energy, this energy of stability, this energy of Saturn. Like you wonder why people be scared of Saturn? Man, Saturn like your dad. Saturn is like, nah, Saturn is like granddad mad. If you've had a father or a grandfather that believes in discipline, they can put a little fear in you. So Saturn is seen as that father energy because Saturn comes out and says, you get an ass whooping, you get an ass whooping, you get a new house, you get a new car. Yeah, remember when you did that? Yeah, you get an ass whooping too. That's why. And then when his wife show up, Karma, she's the bitch, right? She's the bad person because she's just coming out and giving you exactly what you deserve. How that work? Where they do that at, right? But with all that being said, here's the most beautiful thing before and like I said, I'm gonna start inviting guests on. It's my first time doing this, so we gotta try to make sure we get it right. But before I say that, all of the parts of the masculine are being returned to our mental structure. And this is happening holistically all across the realm, all across this plane of existence. The divine masculine is receiving back the four quantum parts of self. And the four parts are described as and it's in a book. It's called The King, the Warrior, the Magician, the Lover. I just can't remember who wrote it, and I don't have it right with me. But I'll put it in the description a little later, or maybe in a comment or something, right? But the King, the Warrior, the Magician, and the Lover. So these four parts of the masculine have been attacked, destroying the whole of him. And it's happening with the feminine too, right? The masculinity that's within the feminine. This is happening to you also. So you're going to identify with this. But the king was attacked first, the king within the man. And that is your sovereignty. That's indicative of your sovereignty, your ability to rule yourself, to rule your body. Next, what was attacked was the warrior within the man. So you got attacked. You have to fight, but they fight. They fought dirty. They attacked women and children and just mm, I've had visions of that, so it's hard for me to kind of talk about it and go into that. But they attacked the warrior within the man. Next, they attacked the magician within the man, and that is the man's ability to create. And without your ability to create, you want to live off of another person. You want to live parasitically. This is why you can identify a toxic masculine by his proclivity to be a parasite, to parasitically live off of you. So they went off of that. They destroyed the ability to create. Then they destroyed the lover within the man. And this has been more recent. This has been like the last 2, 3 generations. They've really started destroying the lover in the man. And they did this with music, with movies, you know, making the woman a sex symbol, but then coming back on the backside and going, you need to fight for your rights. You're being sexualized. You're being objectified. But they're the ones who objectified you and taught the masculine to do so. You get me? So those parts of self are coming back online. We're able to reclaim and remember ourselves in that way. So a lot of you masculines, a lot of you feminines who identify with your masculine energy, you're going to start getting this back. You're going to start feeling that king queen within. You're going to start feeling the want to fight, but fight for just causes. Because see, we're here to fight for the just, right? We are the just, and we're here to fight for just this. So as we go out and we start to conquer and we start to overcome in the name of justice and liberty for the temples of this earth, but freedom for the collective consciousness to exist and to rule. Because as I mentioned before, this is our realm. We are responsible for it. Thumbs, a thumb is the sign of power. A thumb is. In Rome, they'll do this or do that, right? This is the sign of power. You have a thumb. It means you have the power to accomplish anything because you have a hand. That's why the mark of the beast is where? In the hand, palm of the hand, and the forehead. Because your body, your body, if it's untrained, is like an animal. It's like a beast. When a man does something out of his beast nature, people can't stand to look at it barely because it's just so barbaric. So there is that aspect to humanity that we are clearing out. But the mark of the beast means you have the mark of a beast, meaning everything you do, your mark is your signature. Your mark is your signature. Everything you do, you leave your signature on it. You leave your mark on it. So if you're a beast, you keep leaving a beast mark on things and expecting them to be fruitful and multiply. It don't work that way. You have to become sovereign. You got to take the steps to become sovereign, to get that kingship back. But you first got to know you're a king. You got to know you are a God within. You got to know that your body holds the literal cosmological frequencies of the universe, all within your temple. You are the temple of light. So, with all that being said, right, there's a group of us, men, that have been vibrating toward this for a while. Our whole life has been geared toward this. And now we're coming online for it. We're connecting together for it. And it's beautiful. We haven't always been able to see the end game, but we are getting closer to it. Like I had started in saying, with all of this happening in America, the solar flares, boom, blows out electricity in Canada and America. The eclipse that's getting ready to happen in 2024 is happening here in America. This whole judgment that goes against the invaders of this land and surrounding lands, our realm, our whole world, the judgment that goes against it's incumbent upon us to execute it. Y'all still hear me? I think I froze up. Can y'all hear me? If you can, let me know. Ain't working. I don't know why. Hey, can y'all hear me? Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I can get back into it. Yeah, it's not. Oh my gosh. Every time, man, I'm telling you, it gets me like this. Let me see. I may have to start another live like I did last time. Because once I get into it, it starts to knock me off. Yeah, it ain't working, y'all. All right. Hey, I'm gonna start another live. I'm just gonna start another live up.